Just look at this scene. On one side, Prometheus, punished solely for helping us humans, for giving us fire. His liver is gouged out by an eagle every single day. On the other side, Loki, paying the price for his cunning with that terrible snake venom dripping onto his face, screaming endlessly. Do you think this much similarity can just be a coincidence? I think absolutely not. In this episode, we are descending into the darkest corners of mythology. We will all talk together about how even the strongest heroes were helpless against the cruel games of fate, and about those reflections in the mirror. Greetings again, friends. We are kicking off the second episode right away, without waiting at all, with Mythology's brute force department. You know, the heavy hitters. I know Thor and Zeus are usually compared in pop culture, but let's be honest, this is a huge mistake. Thor's true soulmate is definitely, and indisputably, Hercules. Our Heracles, that is. Just look at these two. What are they doing? They are both total monster hunters. Hercules goes and handles that troublemaker multi-headed Hydra. Thor tries to hunt down that massive serpent encircling the world, Jormungandr. Their styles are the same too. There's no subtle intelligence, strategy, or anything. Just bam bam, pure, unadulterated power. Smash and break, that's it. And aren't there those appetites and tempers? Both love those giant feasts filling the tables. Both flare up instantly like a straw fire. But at their core we know they are humanity's greatest friends. You know, the kind of big-hearted big brothers we'd hide behind if trouble started in the neighborhood or giants attacked us. Now, get your tissues ready, friends, because we're going to talk about history's biggest, most bitter spoiler. There's no escaping fate. No matter what you do, it finds you. The Greek Achilles and the Norse Balder, both of their stories begin with their mother's heart-wrenching, desperate protective instincts. Just think, attempts were made by their mothers to make both of them immortal. Achilles' mother dipped him into the holy river. But what happened? Because she held him by his heel, she forgot that little spot right there. Balder's mother made every object on earth, stone, and tree swear, "Do not harm my son." But she overlooked a tiny, seemingly harmless mistletoe. The result? Both of them, at the brightest, most invincible periods of their lives, were struck and killed right in that single weak point, just because of that tiny negligence. It's as if these stories are shouting this to us from thousands of years ago. Even if you are a god, that single weak point written in your fate will definitely find you one day. And here is the most spine-chilling similarity. The tricksters, the rebels. Prometheus was punished for giving intelligence to humans, and Loki for betraying the gods, meaning both were punished because they crossed the line. But their punishments are so identical, it's as if they came out of the same horror movie script. Both were chained to rocks on a desolate mountaintop. Both suffer torture until the apocalypse breaks. This motif shows us how ancient man's fear that the price of going against order and authority is very heavy was told in a common language at two ends of the world. Incredible, isn't it? So how were these stories told to us? Here is where the paths separate a bit, and that cultural flavor difference emerges. The Greek Homer, he lights up the scene almost like a high-budget Hollywood movie. Look at the descriptions. Rosy-fingered Dawn, swift-footed Achilles. Everything is ornate, detailed, emotional, and aesthetic. But the Norse bards? They are another world. They love those literary riddles we call kennings. These guys don't just say sea, they say whale road. They don't say blood, they say wolves drink. The Norse narrative is harsh, short, and concise. There isn't that mushy emotional melodrama. There's an ice-cold, cool-headed acceptance there. Well, isn't this much similarity a bit suspicious to you too? Is this a direct copy? Or is it an inheritance coming from a much older, common ancestor? This issue is complex, but we know this. Those who wrote down the Norse myths, especially names like Snorri, lived in the post-Christian era and went through classical Greek/Roman education. If you ask me, while recording these magnificent northern tales, they were influenced, consciously or unconsciously, by the templates of the Greek epics they knew. This is a very high probability. Long story short, my friends, our heroes fought, suffered, and died. Their stories were similar, but they all actually lived in universes with vastly different rules. In the next and final episode, we will lay the map of these universes on the table. Why did one side think of the world as a flat tray, while the other imagined it as a giant tree? Is geography really destiny? We are having the grand finale in the last video. Turn on notifications and stay tuned so you don't miss the end of this magnificent journey. See you later.